Hey there. Today I'm going to be explaining the flood mapping activity for the king tide field trip. So what is a king tide? It's a semi-regular event where tidal movements are especially or unusually high. This is usually during a full moon or a new moon and are most common during the summer and winter months. A high water line, aka a rack line, is a visible line left by high tides. They're usually comprised of debris, organic material like seagrass or seaweed, shells, and trash, unfortunately. And they're found in a pattern resembling a water line. So, looking at these pictures, you can tell where the high tide has been based on where the rack line is. Here's a monthly tide chart. This blue lines that you see are the fluctuating tides throughout the days. So the days are separated. On the x-axis are the hours from 0 to 24, and on the y-axis, feet above the normal low sea level. As you can see, fluctuates so that there are 2 high tides per day. And here's the sea level prediction chart. These gray dots are historic observational data. The blue line is the predicted sea level, and the blue shaded area is the projected range for the coming decades. As for supplies needed, these will all be provided, but you'll need chalk and flags, string, ruler or yardstick, something that can measure several feet. You'll need a string level, which is this thing next to me here. You'll need your charts, the worksheet, a place with a modest slope, and then we find that powder chalk is best used in a spice jar, so you can just kind of pour it out and it works best that way. So for sighting this activity, you of course need to be on the coast, but you also need to find an area away from hazards like traffic, for example. I also want to point out that the steeper the grade that you do this activity on, the easier it will be. Like, you'll have to travel less, but the flatter the ground, the more impactful the visual will be, because it'll show that the future sea level will go much farther inland than it would if the grade was steeper. So where to start? You're going to gather your supplies. We think that a division of labor would be useful. For example, you could have a ruler and string holder, someone to walk the string, a level measurer, and a chalk drawer. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to find a rack line and draw chalk to make it more visible, so that you can use this line to base your next high tide or sea level line off of. You're then going to choose a year to compare the rack line to, and this is best several years into the future. So this could be a graduation year, or 10, 15, 20 years in the future. It just needs to be within this chart, the year does. Let's say someone chose the year 2042. So you would find 2042 on the x-axis and then follow it straight up until it hits this blue line here. And if you follow that point over to the y-axis, you'll see that in 2042, the sea level will have risen by 1 foot. And so with 1 foot in mind, you're gonna get someone to hold the ruler at the original rack line that was chalked out. Have a piece of string 1 foot above the ground, and then you're gonna walk the string over, making sure that the string stays level using the string level until the string hits the ground. And then from there, you're going to draw the new sea level line using chalk. So you'll have 2 lines, the original rack line and then the predicted sea level line. And then you'll also need to write the year that the line represents, so we don't forget. And you'll just want to ensure that the exercise emphasizes the differences between these 2 lines and what they mean. And then you'll fill out the rest of the worksheet from there. Thank you.